Obviously, there's got to be some failures that stick out to you. Anything in particular that you failed at?
Well, my first big job was, as I said, being told I could be a manager. And there were 25 salespeople in this room. And when he told me, Dick Miller, that I could be the manager, I was really excited. And the next day was a Saturday. And in that day, I was like planning to be the best manager ever in the world. And I was going to do things that were just remarkable. So now that's with no experience. So I went into the room on a Saturday morning, and the only people there on a Saturday were the salespeople, and we were all about to get on the phones. And instead I said, let's all talk. I'm your new manager. Let's all talk about what we can do to improve this environment. And we talked the whole morning, and I came up with a list of improvements for the company. And I was so excited, and I felt like I love management. And I took that list, and I could not wait on Monday to take it to Dick Miller and show it to him. And he said to me, when I went to him, yeah, I understand you had a long meeting on Saturday. How did it go? And I said, well, it's great. I've got this whole list. And he said, well, leave me the list. And I'll tell you what, on Tuesday, I'll come in and I will hand out, our paychecks as we do on Tuesdays. And I'll refer to the list. And I felt like I was on top of the world. I had a great success. He was impressed and told the salespeople that, and they were excited because he didn't usually come in and look at what I pulled off to get him in there. And then he came in, and he stood there. He was very soft-spoken, and he said, well, hi, everybody. I'm here to talk a little bit about your list and give you your paychecks. And he said, I just want you to know this. He said, I hire you as salespeople, and when I pay you, and he took the checks and he, as a whole, and he threw them down out of his hand on the table. And he said, we're effing even. Get your asses back on the phone. And he turned around and walked out. And I'll tell you, my first moment in management, which that was impactful, was a gross failure. So half of that sales room quit that minute. They just walked out. And instead of 25 salespeople, I had 12 salespeople. And I was humiliated and I was embarrassed. He came in later that day and he said, so how was your day? And I was embarrassed, and I said, well, obviously I did something wrong. I don't know what I did wrong, but he said, well, look, you guys got sales to make in here. What are you going to do? You need to hire some people. And I said, well, okay, I'm trying. I'll get with HR and try to hire people. And he said, you mean you haven't done anything yet? I said, well, I didn't know if I had a job. He said, oh, you'll know if you don't have a job. And I went to hire. He said, but I want you to learn something. He said, when you make somebody, like when I make somebody a manager, our company's doing pretty well. I make somebody a manager because I need that seat filled at that time. I don't need a revolution. I just need that seat filled. I need maintenance. Over time, with continuous improvement, you begin to learn things that improve an organization. But the only true outcome you had from this experience that you had on Saturday was you didn't make any sales on Saturday. And the next day, which was the day I threw the paychecks down, you lost half your group, and you own that. So you have to be the solution. And I hope you've learned something from that.